we're in a really tough spot because that's not a candidate quality issue. He was the worst candidate of either major political party running for statewide race, I think.
It is essential for us, and we'll do this coming back and more this hour, to understand how could John Fetterman have won in Pennsylvania, because this is what the Fetterman phenomenon of the worst candidate who's completely absurd being able to be a U.S. senator goes right to the mindset of the modern Democrat Party. This is really what we have to unpack and dive into here, because this is what we're up against.
No doubt. We'll continue to break down everything election-wise. Obviously, we are going to dive into this from a data and analytics perspective, as well as a overall analysis of where the country is. Buckle up. A lot to discuss, and I think the ride's going to be pretty interesting today. On America's darkest day of 9/11, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation was born, and it's been helping America's heroes ever since. When a first responder or military service member doesn't come home and young kids are left behind, Tunnel to Towers pays the mortgage on the family home to lift the financial burden and bring stability. For seriously injured veterans and first responders, Tunnel to Towers builds mortgage-free smart homes, giving our most severely injured heroes the ability to live more independent lives. Through their veteran homelessness program, Tunnel to Towers is providing housing and services to homeless veterans across America. More than 500 such homes this year alone, because all veterans who honorably served our country, whether in peacetime or war, deserve our nation's gratitude. People who put their lives on the line for our country and our communities need your help now more than ever. You can help America's heroes and their families. Join Tunnel to Towers on its mission to do good in their honor. Join us in donating $11 a month at T2T.org. That's T2T.org.
Learn and laugh. Weekdays with Clay Travis and Buck Sexton.
There is literally no reason to pay Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile over $80 a month for wireless when you can get the same service on the same network at Pure Talk for half the price. Yeah, I'm talking text, talk, and blazing fast data for just $30 a month. Those other companies are making you pay for retail stores you don't go into and perks you don't use.
You know who Pure Talk wants to keep happy? Their customer. That's why they've invested in a U.S.-based customer service team. It's why they give you more data options than unlimited, because they don't want to charge you for data you don't need.
I switched to Pure Talk because I like supporting a company owned by a U.S. veteran that shares our values. We invite you to switch to Pure Talk too. Do it in as little as 10 minutes.
Just dial pound 250, say Clay and Buck to save 50% off your first month. Again, join a company that you support and reflects your values by dialing pound 250, say Clay and Buck.
Happy holidays, Bay Area. I'm Amy Eric, founder of Madison Reed, a hair color company I named after my daughter. I started Madison Reed to give you the most luxurious hair color made with ingredients you could feel good about. Are you tired of spending hundreds of dollars at the salon, having appointments take 3 hours, and not knowing the ingredients in your hair color? Then you should try Madison Reed. You may know Madison Reed for its at-home hair color, but big news, we now have 6 locations in the Bay Area where we color your hair for you. We call them hair color bars. Book a service and let us take care of you in half the time it takes at a typical salon and for a fraction of the price. For a limited time, enjoy our new client offer on root services, starting at $60. Visit madison-reed.com/San Francisco. That's madison-reed.com/San Francisco. Try it, love it. That's the beauty of Madison Reed.
Not sure how much you know about Progressive Insurance. You may know us for insuring your home and auto. You may know a couple of our commercials. But what you may not know is that since 2013, Progressive has been honoring veterans with vehicle donations through the annual Keys to Progress Veteran Vehicle Giveaway Program, giving back to those who gave so much. Now, you probably didn't wake up today saying, I really wish I knew more about Progressive Insurance, but this seemed like the type of thing people wouldn't mind hearing about. Find out more about how we're dedicated to our customers and communities at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Rare and colorful gemstones formed in the earth. Expert hands selecting only the best. Designers creating jewelry inspired by each stone's uniqueness. At Shane Company, we're passionate about gemstones. We have holiday gifts with a full spectrum of natural, colorful gemstones. Peach morganite, tanzanite, London blue topaz, red garnet, and more. Throughout the year, Tom Shane travels to Bangkok, the gemstone capital of the world, to handpick the best rubies and over a dozen colors of sapphires. He then has the stones expertly cut to bring out their brilliance and beauty. Our stunning gemstone jewelry makes a magical gift. We're open 7 days a week, so come in, meet with one of our friendly jewelry consultants and leave with a beautiful gift, or get fast and free shipping when you order online. Your gift will be treasured forever.
Now you have a friend in the jewelry business, Shane Company and ShaneCo.com.
COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too. If you feel symptoms, even if they're mild, you should test fast. Test positive and at high risk for severe COVID-19? Then act fast with authorized oral treatments that can be taken at home and must be taken within 5 days from when symptoms begin. COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too by asking your healthcare provider if an oral treatment is right for you. Learn about a treatment option at treatcv19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
Welcome back in, Clay Travis, Buck Sexton Show. Okay, we talked about the positives. Let's talk about some of the negatives, which may be going on for a little while now. So, Buck, we have record high inflation for most of our lives, 40-year high inflation. We've got 21st century highs in crime. The border has never been more wide open, certainly in the 21st century. Got a war in Europe. Joe Biden is a doddering, dementia-riddled leader. And yet, effectively, this election was a 50-50 concept, right? We may win the House by a small amount. We'll see what happens in Nevada, Arizona, and Georgia, 3 outstanding Senate races. Republicans need to win 2 out of those 3 in order to have a majority, and I would say the odds are against us right now there. And so, in addition to Fetterman winning, last night as I was looking at the data coming in after we left our party, you said you were up till well after 2 a.m. I think I was still checking election returns at 3:30 this morning before my kids came running in early to wake me up, so I didn't sleep very much. But I just couldn't stop thinking, Buck, if you can't win a landslide right now, when the Democrats have been objectively wrong on everything, right? I mean, they've been wrong on COVID, wrong on getting your kids, keeping them out of school, wrong on masking, and then all those things that I just ran through, the border, crime, inflation, the economy, all those things. I just wonder if we're in such aggressive, to use the military analogy, trench warfare, that there's almost no one still out there making their mind up.
The myth of the independent voter is something
doesn't
that
exist.
People saw last night because we had all this data about the switch, and as we know, the data is crap. And for anybody who's saying, look, I get it, people reaching out, well, you thought this or you thought that. I mean, I don't live in Oregon. I can't tell you what the trends on the ground are there. We talk to people from that state, we read their emails, but first and foremost, you look at the polling, you look at the data. But I think that this is the Fetterman phenomenon for me, this is what you're getting at, is just ironclad proof that the Democrat Party, first of all, the problem with our elections, there are too many Democrats. Second of all, Democrats, even at the expense of suffering themselves because of poor decision making, they think it is a righteous suffering. They think that the COVID lockdowns and the masking and all that idiocy, and it was idiocy, yes, it was wrong, that was a righteous suffering. They think that the increase in crime on their streets, they think the fact that they have to pay higher bills, it's for climate change, Clay. It's for racial justice. It's for our democracy. That's stuff that you and I, as emotionally stable adults with fully functional brains who can think for themselves, laugh at. Unfortunately, if you are a Democrat today, 95%, maybe 99% of them simply don't care what the results are. They're all in on those ideas, those concepts, like a religious belief.
Yeah, you're right. They believe in their own moral righteousness. They think that being opposed to the Democrat Party brands them as sterling examples of virtue, and actual facts tangible failure on the economy, tangible failure on crime, the border.